Hi guys, Durantula90 here again, and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I've done a video. I've just been busy doing other things, and it's really just kind of kept my mind off of doing YouTube. But I want to go back to doing one video every 3 days, just to keep the routine, so I know I've got to do it and really commit to doing it. So on to my video, going off of the most expensive games in my collection. I thought I would showcase my Super Nintendo games and my N64 games. Again, they're the smaller of my collections of games that I own, and it's another one more, just like my Game Boy one. I really want recommendations on what other ones to get, because there's a lot of like the staple games for Super Nintendo and N64 that everyone raves about, but then there's other hidden gems as well, stuff that people may not necessarily think about. But, I definitely want to know what you guys think. So we'll get to that later, but for now, let's get started with the video.
Nice.
So, doing my Super Nintendo games first. Obviously, I showed you Donkey Kong Country before, so I'm not going to show that again. I've got Super Mario World, which is unboxed, because it came with the bundle of my Super Nintendo. Obviously a great game, absolute star of a game. Never actually completed it, and I don't think I even played it that much, because I had All Stars and Power Rangers as my first games and only games, because I sold those games plus my Super Nintendo just to get Beast Wars on the PS1, which was a tenner at my local game shop. So I sold my games and my console all to my neighbour for a tenner, just so I could go to the shop, buy Beast Wars, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best thing to do, but it was, at the time I really wanted it. So speaking of All Stars, obviously had to own it again. Who isn't going to own this game? Probably one of the first games of its kind, as in the sense that it's like a remaster of previous games, so it's really quite cool in that respect, especially for its time. And again, obviously people preferred Super Nintendo over Mega Drive and vice versa. So, but I really do regret not playing as much of this as I could have done. Not just this, but like the whole Super Nintendo library in general. But I really am looking forward to building up my collection, playing more of it, finally completing a Super Mario game that wasn't Super Mario Sunshine, because that's the only one I'll say I've completed it, but I completed the story, and I only got half of the stars as well, so it's a bit like, that was going to happen. But, in general, it's just like, I think it's definitely going to be worth it, without a shadow of a doubt. I just can't wait to play these games. Next, and finally for the Super Nintendo games, is Starwing. So for this, it's just like, being able to go back and play these games is very important. And like with this, it's just like, I know a lot about Star Fox 64. I've seen a lot more gameplay for it. I kind of get it a bit more. Whereas obviously this is where it all started, and I wasn't really into these kind of games, the way you just like fly around shooting things. If it wasn't for like Star Wars Battlefront 2, the older one on the Xbox and PS2, would I probably be into it? Because like the space battles really kind of made you feel, like it was cool to do it. Not just, and for some people obviously it may be different, because people really enjoy like the Ace Combat games, or like Crimson Skies, for example. But with stuff like this, it really kind of shows how far I've kind of come from my, how I used to think about games, in terms of always sticking to the games that I know I'm going to like, rather than branching out and actually experimenting with games that I never thought I'd actually play. I'm so really excited to play this. Wish the condition was better in my version. It's just I bought it and it was in one of the plastic boxes you can get. And I didn't actually realise until after I bought it that how bad the condition actually was. So I'm definitely going to get a different copy if I can. Uh, Moving on to the N64 games. So I'm going to start off, ironically, with Lilac Wars. Got the big box version here. I got this for a real good bargain, actually. I got this on eBay for about £10 or so. I think it was like £10, £11. And I know like it's about 30-ish, I think, or maybe more, or maybe it could be less, you know. I don't know. I just know that it was definitely worth more than 10. Again, you know, I've seen a lot more of this than I did Starwing, but I'm, you know, still super psyched to play them both. Yeah, it's just like so many people talk about these games, and it's again, you know, it's one of those things where before I wouldn't have thought about it, but now, like, I'm open-minded for any game. So really looking forward to it. Um, Super Mario 64. Now, obviously, this game needs no introduction. You know, probably one of the best launch titles on any console. 3D platforming at its best at that time. You know, just an absolute masterpiece. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to say about it, really. This is kind of the game that really, really wanted me to get one of these, which is quite ironic when you think about it, because I'm sure all the people that actually bought them, bought the N64s at launch, was, you know, obviously getting this game, and it was just like, you know, obviously for them. But you know, I think for me, you know, apart from Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap, like I didn't have anything towards the N64. You know, I didn't own one, so you know, I only played with a friend. But again, I just regret it, you know, because it's something I really wish I had done in the past. But you know, this is another reason why I love this retro journey. You know, something that really, you know, generates with me. Something I'm really passionate about. So playing this is going to be really awesome. Uh, Rogue Squadron. So yeah, if it wasn't for this, the second one on GameCube, I probably wouldn't be playing games like this or Star Fox or Starwing. Because playing on the GameCube, the second one on the GameCube was very. It kind of opened my eyes to say, you know, you know, games like that are really good. You know, you shouldn't underestimate them. And when I found out that this was actually on the N64, because originally I thought it was a PC game. First Rogue Squadron, maybe it did come out on the PC. I don't actually know. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. So yeah, you know, so when I found out this was on N64, I definitely had to pick it up. And obviously, I've put a hold to playing Rogue Squadron 2 until after I finish playing this. Just because I think it's necessary. You know, I just think it's like, for me, I'm all about playing it in chronological order. Like some people say it may not matter, but it's just like in order to kind of experience it as a whole, I think you need to. Moving on to Pokemon Snap. So again, like I probably remember this less than I remember Pokemon Stadium, but like again, this was looking back at this like on a video like a couple of weeks ago. I kind of forget how much I enjoy the visuals in this game. Just how, you know, great the Pokemon look and all that other stuff. You know, it's such a great thing. And it's quite ironic as well because, again, this is another game that, you know, I'm going to be playing that's getting remastered. Because it's like those things, like the game 13, you know, getting a remaster, and I played it recently. Final Fantasy 7 got, you know, said it was going to be a remaster. But obviously, it's split in to find out now that it's only part 1. And then I also picked up Battle for Bikini Bottom recently, and obviously they've brought out a new rehydrated version. So it's just crazy, just how you know the games, how much it changes, and how much it shows how kind of behind I am, because it's like, you know, all these games are just coming out now, and you know some people may not care about that. You know, go, okay, they've remastered a game that, you know, I never played. You know, some people may be curious, some people may not be, but definitely looking forward to it. Goldeneye, probably one of the most iconic games on the system. You know, the multiplayer, you know, sure made many people rage. You know, like a lot of people have said in various lists that I've seen online, you know, the controls haven't held up at all. So that kind of what I don't want to say it worries me when it comes to me playing it, but like, you know, obviously if it doesn't really work out with the original controller, I might get one of the brawler control pads just to see if that works any better. But you know, either way, I still want to play this. You know, obviously a lot of people talk about, you know, protecting Natalia, and it's like, oh, so annoying. But you know, I think that again, like if you really want to complete a game, you just got to persevere, no matter how much it annoys you. You know, if you want to get to the end, if you want to really feel like you've accomplished it, then you got to carry on. Probably one of the other most recognised shooters on the console itself, Perfect Dark. Again, you know, a game that I didn't actually know a lot about. That's obviously the theme is just, you know, I just didn't know a lot about these games at the time, and now I've kind of in the last like year or so since, well, about a year and a half since I started this journey, you know, I'm learning a lot more. I'm learning lots every day, you know, as time goes on, and it's just like playing this is just going to be really exciting. I'm probably going to keep it in a gap between like playing this and playing Goldeneye. Like I'm not going to play them in succession. But no, cool, really cool. And then the last game I have to show you, since I've already shown you Pokemon Stadium, Banjo-Kazooie, and Silicon Valley, Space Station Silicon Valley, and that is Force Gemini. Again, like a game that, you know, in comparison to like all the heavy hitters like Super Mario 64, Starwing, Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros. You know, this is another one I knew nothing about. And again, you know, it's really cool. You know, it's another Rare game, in the sense that as in it's published by Rare, not as in it's Rare. I mean, it might be Rare game. That's too many rares. Anyway, but one thing I actually found out recently, after watching a list online, was like, apparently in this game you have to backtrack at one point, like because you can't progress without getting certain things. I can't remember what it is, but it's like you have to get all of them before you can progress. And it kind of reminds me of Rayman in a way, because obviously when you played that, it was really different, because it was like, you know, when I played Rayman, it was like, oh, okay, just went through, was like, oh, I didn't get all of the things at the time. I can't remember what they're called. And so, yes, it was like getting all those. So when I got to like a bit and I couldn't progress, and I'm going to need to go back and get them, it took me a really long time to go back and get them, because obviously it's not obvious as to where they are. You know, some bits you can see it, but you can't necessarily get to it yet. But because I know nothing about this, I also don't know what it's going to be like with the backtracking. But I'm sure when the time comes, it's going to be, you know, I'm going to know. So yeah, really, really happy. So yeah, that's it for my N64 and Super Nintendo collection. Let me know down in the comments the kind of games that you played on it. Like, what were your favourite games, and what games would you recommend that I played that I haven't shown? Again, like I have lists for the Super Nintendo and the N64, but again, they may be missing some of the stuff that you guys may have played, or stuff that you recommend that maybe I've thought about that I haven't like kind of considered yet. But yeah, you know, I think that it's, again, I think I just really wish I'd played them in the past, but now I'm just really excited to play them, and I'm really excited to see, you know, what really fueled people's childhoods, you know, what really kind of allowed people to go, you know, this is going to be a game that will stand the test of time, you know. So let me know in the comments what you think. Actually, before I go, there was one other thing I was going to say. So I got a few. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but a few years ago, I got a package. I mean, this is completely This is not game related. I got a package a couple of years ago in the post. Obviously, it was addressed to me. It was in my name. Blah blah blah. And at the time, I wasn't expecting anything. And I opened the package, and it was about 20 copies of The Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies on Blu-ray, sealed. You know, and it was like they're all sealed copies, and it was a bit, and they're all Region One copies as well. So it was like, so they're only like you can only view them in USA or in Canada, or if you've got a multi-region DVD player, and it was just or Blu-ray player, and it was like I just didn't understand how that happens because obviously I didn't order them for one. Number one, number two, I wasn't charged for them. There was no charge on my bank card for any of that. And you know, again, it was like it was so random because it was like it was 20 or so copies of it. You know, it was they were all brand new, and they were all Region One copies. So it was so weird. You know, I didn't order them. Nobody else ordered them. So it was very strange. It was really peculiar. I can't even remember what we did with them in the end. Couldn't get rid of them. I don't think because obviously, I think I just got rid of them. I think I might have just like binned them or whatever. I can't remember. But let me know in the comment section below if you've ever had anything like that happen to you. Any weird kind of packages you may have received or anything kind of out of the ordinary like that. But thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe down below for more content. I'm really going to give it an effort and make sure I can upload every 3 days. I've noticed so far that the most popular video on my channel has been the video I did on the Guyver series. So I kind of want to know from you guys what kind of stuff, is it because you've seen all of this kind of stuff before? You want to see something different? Is there anything you particularly want me to start doing? Do you want me to start streaming old games? Do you want me to, what do you want me to show you guys? I've got a couple of ideas for a couple of things, retro things that I'm going to be showing off in the next couple of videos or so. But, other than that, I'm going to be just carrying on with it. But, I want to know what you guys want to see. What is it that, you guys want to switch on YouTube and go, right, I'm definitely going to watch that. I'm doing this all for you guys, as an audience, and I'm doing it because it's a hobby of mine, and I really enjoy it. This is now my 6th video, but I'm planning to do so many more. I've got so many ideas, so many things that I want to put out there. So let me know in the comment section below the kind of stuff you guys want to see in the future. And again, I really appreciate the thumbs up. I really appreciate the subscription. But until next time, take care of yourselves and make sure you stay safe. And until the next video, take care, guys.